Hi, my name is Jermaine Thomas, and welcome to this edition of In the Studio. This evening we're at Avila University inside the Thornhill Gallery for its grand opening. As you can see, there are different types of artwork. There are also works by such artists as Georgia Mueller of Avila University. There's also works done by Dottie Hamilton, who is the Dean of the School of Visual Arts here at Avila University. But out of all this work, two pieces stand out to me. That's the Exhaust, as what you see here is Exhaust by John D. Carroll, and Tolerance. This is a graphical art piece done by Professor Eric Winters. I had the pleasure to sit down with both of these men and talk to them about their artwork. When I get you to go, state your name and the body of your work, and I'll go with the questions.
My name is John Davis Carroll. In fact, I use my middle name because there's another John Carroll in Kansas City who's a painter as well. I had to come all the way from New England to find someone with my name who also paints.
Wow. We were looking at a piece of yours, Exhaust.
Yes.
That's real interesting. Could you elaborate and tell me how you came about with that concept? And
there's an artist named Marcel Duchamp who's kind of an avant-gardist about 100 years ago or so. And he would just kind of put things together by accident and call it art. My intention is a little bit more directed towards a particular theme or content. But at the same time, that piece came together by gathering things.
All right, I am Eric Winter. I'm an assistant professor in graphic design. I have two pieces in the show. They are posters titled Tolerance 1 and Tolerance 2.
Okay. I was looking at your piece, and tell me how you came about that.
I just did them as sort of a personal response to, I was at a comedic performance at the Topeka Performing Arts Center, and there's a local reverend there named Fred Phelps, who is very anti-race, anti-women's rights, anti-gay, and he's notorious for picketing public events. And so he'll have all his family and his parishioners out there picketing, and at this time, this was not long after Hurricane Katrina and Hurricane Rita, and they were picketing that Hurricane Rita was God's punishment for allowing gays in the military. And I had seen this stuff before, but what got me was that there was these little kids, elementary school kids carrying signs that God hates this and God hates that.
I was looking at that and I was trying to interpret it, and as I was looking at it, I thought about, what went on during the civil rights. They were sticking dogs on people, and, I thought about the things going on today, as you said, with Fred Phelps. And it seemed to encompass, no matter how you look at it, it seemed to encompass everything. Did you mean for that to come across like that, or
yeah,
was just
it was just sort of using the dog as that metaphor of, not only the biting, but kind of that barking, obnoxious, like,
right.
And I kind of put that little innuendo in there, like if you notice the chain, like the one link is broken, and it's almost like it's gonna get there. Because you think it's like society, for every sort of rights victory, then there's like another Supreme Court ruling that overturns something, or it's like it's a give and take all the time.
Right.
And then the second poster is sort of the reversal of that, where the dog is muzzled, and the text on that muzzle are things that you can sort of about like when children start to recognize race, or how they, when they start to pick up on those kind of things, and things that you can do to teach them, to be more accepting.
Yeah, I saw that.
As they mature.
Now, and ending off, if you have to give some advice to us aspiring artists, what would be the one thing you want to hit home to us?
I always say the Joseph Campbell thing is follow your bliss, do what makes you happy, and that's the most important thing. If you're following the money and looking for success in that way, it's pretty a superficial venture. But if you follow your bliss and you do what you love and you do what satisfies a part of you that you can't quite explain, then the money will come, the opportunities will come.
All right. So if you wanted to drive home a point to like you said, to students like ourselves who's trying to, find that path, what would you suggest, or what advice would you have for us?
I think you need to know what your interests are and what you're passionate about. The one thing about graphic design is that it's very viral and it's kind of everywhere. And so if you feel strongly about something, you have the visual skills to voice your opinion. You could go do something for a nonprofit and lend your artistic talents to doing, whether it's their posters or their websites or things where you feel like you can make a difference in the visual culture. I mean, it's on the web, it's in print, it's on music, it's everywhere. So I think you just kind of, I would stay tapped into culture, watching the news and keeping aware of what's going on, so you know what is happening out there, so you can stay tuned in and just know how you feel about the issues, and don't be afraid to speak up.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Mr. Winter.
You're welcome.
All right.